Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Nighthawk Adventures, where we're playing Trails of Cold Steel 1. Okay, this game basically came out in 2013 on the PS Vita, where I fell in love with it, and it's an import. It's been enhanced for the, I think the PlayStation 4 Pro, but I'm playing it on PlayStation 5, and it looks amazing, and it comes with the whole package. So if you like good games with good storylines, and more like anime type of stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get to it. If you want to find out what happened in the last episode, the description is going to be in the bottom below. And for the rest of us, let's get to it. Where we last left off, we were going to find out what was going on, what type of commotion was going on in the market. So let's get to it, guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hope you have a good day. Or, you know, if you like this type of content, you know, let me know down below. Comment what the games you're playing now and what you're up to. Alright, so now we're going to find out what's going on in the market. It's over here. Don't give me that crap. This is my spot. I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I even got the permit for it. So stop lying to me and vamoose. Uh-oh. Have my coffee, you know what I mean? May I ask what's the problem? What the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some questions over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while that merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot, huh? How odd. Permits for the market are issued by the province ruling lord. Oh, so for Caldic, that would be... Uh-oh. This isn't good. We must stop them. Who are you? Unhand me at once. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. That's right. Violence does not solve anything, sucker. Alright, we both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Relax, you two goofballs. What are you? High schoolers? This has nothing to do with meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when was grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from the Thor Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? So they're a bunch of soldiers in training. What an adios name is happening here? Oh, there's the dude. Oh, now look what you've done. Mayor Odo? I've been filled in on what happened. I understand both of you have a permit for the same stall. Is that correct? Yeah. And both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concern, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing and other customers. I'll be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll need to ask you both to put your differences aside until it's been resolved. Okay. I guess. Well, that was a close one. Seems like everything's going to be fine now, though. Yeah. Guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Tough, I suppose I should expect no less from the influence Class 7 I've heard so much about. Infamous Class... Oh. How do you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Caldic Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you. If you'd be kind as to come along, I'll treat you to some tea. Cool, we're gonna get some tea, baby. Get some tea. The Legend of Heroes. Oh man. No, coffee's not good for you, but it tastes so good. Alright, let's find out what's going on here. Let's find out what's going on. What's going on? So, you were responsible for choosing our assignments. Indeed, Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh, it was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands. And I cannot thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right, both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually they'll agree to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, however, so whoever's relegated, there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I do find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issuing of market permits is the responsibility of each province ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have happened, made in the first place, raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true, it's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods. If he cannot handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall upon the Duke's household. The Duke? The Crezen province is ruled by the Duke Albarera? Albarera? I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm sorry, guys. I can't speak today. One of the 4 most powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax for our market rather significantly, and with a large percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like this one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something which should not be raised without careful consideration. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. Yeah, exactly. I've never heard of anything like that happen in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course. I have even gone to Bearhard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always just drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all of this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh, unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So, meddling arguments which threaten that status quo should absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer at the guardhouse has even made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with among us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study. And I have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. You will? So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then? That's right. I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least, I hope you are. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. So, now I guess we can go back to the inn. Oh, we are in the inn. Oh, no, we're not. Yes, we are. Are we in it? No, we're in the Chaldeic market. Is this the inn? No, this is not the inn. Let's get out of here. To the market town. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Definitely. Provincial lords have the duty and the right to decide upon the collect taxes in the region they control. And as long as they remain the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's people like this seems clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Albarea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albareas represent one of the four great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be a veil and well. The Emperor himself is absolutely the only one with more power than the head of the four great houses. Guess that's a no then. If I see you all busy mulling things over, excellent, excellent. Female voice. Sarah. Hot as Sarah. Sexy. Instructor Sarah, what brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parm is a considerable distance from here. No. You let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll all see what you need to do. Oh. True. Bye, Sarah. Adios, be with you. I'll be looking forward to... Damn, can say... Go by any quicker! I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking in the inn, can she read minds or something? I suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. The end? Alright, return to the inn. Stay outside. Hold on, let's stay outside for a second. Hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let's see. This is... What is this guy? Alright. Hey, at least we gave ourselves some defense. So, there's the inn. Let's get out of here. Yeah, return. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Oh yeah. Drinky drink. Beautiful. What does it say? The weathercock? The weathercock. The weathercock. Oh yeah, the weathercock.
Ah, that was delicious.
Sure was. Delicious.
Those were some seriously fresh vegetables too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
Hey, I feel you, man. Keep sliding back, bro.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account. I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were.
True that. Definitely so. Yeah, baby. We're getting along
Can't
great.
help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though.
Hey, our purpose is our purpose, baby.
Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling at Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple. I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything. What about you, Reen? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me? I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Find yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is.
Probably.
That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Pretty much.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
I agree.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist.
A romanticist.
You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
So you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night. Good night. How are we gonna sleep here in the same room? It's gonna be weird.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
Exactly.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation. And I'm not about to remind her.
Yeah, Reen, don't remind her,
Reen?
Reen. Ooh, Laura.
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Uh-oh.
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not? Popularized by the sword hermit, Yun Ka-Fai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Xseed school consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Oh, wow.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fai for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest.
Yes, you are.
I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaf School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations. Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment, I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
Wow. Wowza, wowza. I see some interest there. And my boy Reen. She's interested in some Reen juice.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
Another
I
one.
was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Yeah, I guess you have. Field study, baby. Let's see if we can finish this one quickly. Here are your tasks for the day. The market manager left them with me. Thank you. Field study envelope. All right, let's take a look at this quick. All right, let's do this. Oh. All right. A large, ferocious monster has been sighted on the West Chaldic Highway. We'll all be happier if someone took it out. Okay. So that's on the West Chaldic Highway. And then this one. Yesterday I found a wallet on the floor in front of my stall. Would someone be willing to find its owner for me? See me at my ceramics stalls and I'll tell you more. Okay. Even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He is a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. You get those done quickly enough, you can have dinner here before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Hey Laura, I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. Reen? As I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I wanted to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past beginner's level was disrespectful. To Master Kaifei, to the school, and to the school, I fellow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel it was inappropriate of me to say what I said, so I am sorry. If that's the case, then there is one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I cannot pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standings, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make a light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself recompense. Let me ask you a question, Reen. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it. I don't think it's a part of my life and irresistible part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Ooh, something in common. Laura, would you marry me? Sigh. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed. This was all handled rather neatly, I felt. Sigh. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Whoa, you did that? You did what now? Hey, it wouldn't seem we've caused you undue concern. Gee, can we just all forget about this and move on? Haha. Looks like the ground's dried after the rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all looking a bit less gloomy. Margaret, we've got trouble. Big trouble. Uh-oh. I know there was something that was gonna happen. You know, I know there's some stuff is optional, but slow down, Louise. Louise, it's first thing in the morning, and you're about poised to wake the dead. You're making such a commotion. Well, what have you been anyway? You're late. I'm sorry, I just got caught up on the way here. But never mind that, we have big trouble. Something terrible happened over at the market. Something terrible, you say? What terrible things have happened exactly? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed and all their merchandise was stolen. That is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my. I suppose that means the market might be open late today. Which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Louise, let's get this place ready. You got it. Interesting. As for the four of you, this is our problem, not yours. You just focus on your field studies and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own tasks to worry about after all. Of course. We'll be back later then. Thanks again. Okay. So these are optional. So if they're optional, how do we progress the story? Hold on. Maybe we'll find out now. What should we do? I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and see what's happening at the market then. Okay, so it's forcing us, a story event, to go to the market. Okay, so let's just go to the market. Find out what's going on. I'm sorry, the Grand Market isn't quite open for business yet. Oh, it's the students from yesterday. Good morning. Opening late today after all, I see. Afraid so. Guess you already know what the robbery yesterday, huh? The two merchants whose stalls were destroyed are still arguing about it. You bastard! You're not going to get away with this. Oh no, not them. The manager came to try and break them up, but he doesn't seem to be having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Maybe we could try talking to them? Considering everything that happened yesterday, you just might be the cavalry we need right now. Would you mind? Not at all. Let's go. I would mind because I'm trying to get to the stuff that I need to get to, but I guess this is part of the story, so. How dare you destroy my stall, you damn coward. I knew you country folks weren't to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward? You... I don't know how to say that word. You Hemidolarian snob? You're the one who's wanted my spot all of yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here. You make me sick. What do you say we settle this right here, right now? Bring it on! Hold it. Class 7? You kids again. Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make him pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Wow, look at that. Man, they did smash everything up. Real good. Wow, they really are completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. You took all my goods too, so I haven't even gotten anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall. Or else I cannot be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. What do we do? Stop this at once! Oh, people get scared. The Provincial Army. What? What? Alright. What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But... I believe you are the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained to the Provincial Army officer what had happened the previous night. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed. 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants in the mindset of heated disagreements committed the same crime at the same time. That's not fair. Do you not think it premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The Imperial Army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you will be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. The choice is yours. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. What are you gonna do? What are you guys gonna do? Very good then. I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I am a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. There they go. Well, I guess they did stop those two from fighting, but they did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the Provincial Army conducts itself. Bam. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the two of you need to focus on keeping cool-headed. If you have the time to fight, try to use the time for something more productive instead. You'll feel a lot better. Yeah. I shouldn't have let my anger take control of me like that. We cannot open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these busted stalls. And we're already running late, so I hate to ask, but would you all mind lending me a hand? Alright, the market manager Otto, with assistance from the merchants, cleared the way remaining of 2 stalls. And with the help of Reed and the others, they topped that the Grand Market was finally able to open the day. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we opened the day. And now we're back here. Thanks to the 4 of you, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant stall is his livelihood. Any actions taken against it can throw him into blind range, and it's hard to bring someone back from that. It would seem the problems facing the merchant in this town are quite grave indeed. The Provincial Army may be intervened, but it is difficult to believe they've make the attempts to find an amicable solution. Quite right. It's clearer than ever now that they have no intentions of trying to resolve any issues involving the market. And I cannot see that changing unless we decide to just accept the sales tax increase and keep quiet about it. Still, you'll think that there'll at least be a little more able about the whole thing. There's no way those 2 merchants are just going to accept this and move on. No, I don't suppose they will. And if word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something differently has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Reen? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to find the perpetrators who destroyed the merchant stalls ourselves? It's a kind of offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students. You have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to go unchallenged. It's the Provincial Army's responsibility to address this, sure, but they're shrinking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on us all. Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. I mean, we should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I am sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This means like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least it does to me. Oh. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field study after all. Yeah. You do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up to it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well. We shall do what we can. Are you really sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no. I'm very concerned about the market and safety of our merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you can do for us. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find our answers for you. Just be careful. Don't go seeking out trouble. I don't want you kids being put in danger. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I am responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now, that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. Okay, so now we're gonna do the investigation, people. Alright, try to solve this case ourselves. So first things first, we need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed. I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a bit more substantial from them. We still have to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time though. If we miss the last train towards Hermondale, we'll have no way of getting back to the academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. Let's use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Right. Alright, so first things first, we need to go back there. Okay. Let's go. It's go time. So this is basically the main story again. And to think I was ecstatic to finally participate in the famous Chaldea Grand Market. Sigh. What did I ever do to deserve this? Excuse me? You! Yeah, I'm sorry you had to see me acting like that. I hope you can forgive me for my inappropriate behavior. It seems really down. It's quite understandable. He's a merchant in a busy market, unable to do business. So what brings you here? Did you need something from me? Well, actually, Reen explained the classmates were investigation truth. Okay, we can skip that. You're investigating? That's right, and we'd really appreciate it if you could answer a few questions for us. You may be able to help us find the true culprit. I suppose it can't hurt. It's better than doing nothing at all, at least. Okay, you don't have to sound so pessimistic. Well, can you blame me? You're students at the military academy. You're not actually ace detectives. That's true, but we're still determined to find out who did this. We may even be able to recover your goods. Cooperating with us could prove quite fruitful. Okay, fine. I'll never said I wouldn't help you, did I? I'm not sure what I am supposed to say, though. It's not like I saw anything worth mentioning. You didn't. As soon as I made sure my stall was ready to open the next morning, I left everything set up and went home. The other merchants around here can vouch for that. Guess I should have left the stall unattended, though. By the time I got in, it was too late. The deed had been done. So by morning, the stall had already been destroyed and your goods stolen? Come to think of it, what goods were stolen exactly? Oh, I have a sample with me, actually. An accessory. Is this a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fat here by selling them at the market. But this is the only one I have left now, sigh, and I dread to think just how much money I lost in one single night. That damn coward sabotaged my business. It's much too early to be jumping to conclusions. Do you have any evidence that proves his culpability? No, but he's clearly the prime suspect. He was so against the idea of taking turns sharing the spot with me. He decided he'd destroy my stall altogether. I just know it. I'm going to get him to give me my goods back, no matter what it takes. Please, try to stay calm. You would know that if you cause any more trouble, the Imperial Army really will arrest you, right? Yeah, I know, but it's a matter of justice. I can't just act like nothing ever happened. It's wrong on general principles. I'm begging you, please get any goods back, whatever it takes. Well, I can't promise it. I can't promise success, but I swear to you, we'll do everything we can. That much I can promise. All right. I think that's everything this merchant knows. Let's try questioning the other one. Here he is. Okay. Sai, what the hell am I supposed to do now? Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you, but could we have a moment of your time? You're those kids from the military academy, right? Hey, what do you want from me? I've got nothing to sell you, obviously. Even if I did, I have something to sell. I've got no place to sell it. I'm basically ruined. And top it all off, the real army and that other damn merchant are acting like I'm the one who did it. He's not taking this very well, is he? Hard to blame him, but we need to see if he knows anything that might help us. Well, you see... Okay, so they explained everything to him. You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. So would you consider cooperating with us? Sure, why not? Not getting my hopes up, as I sure you can understand, but hell, I've got nothing left to lose. Not exactly a vote of confidence. Hey, he's willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know much help I can be if that's what you're asking about here. See, I left the market right after arguing with that merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place, another merchant. Just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend. If you don't believe me, he'll back me up. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall is shambles. And as if this weren't bad enough, all the processed foods I was going to sell were just gone without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up, and it was like I hadn't been drinking at all. And that's when I went over to that fool stall to make him pay for it. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. He smashed my stall so he could have that spot all to himself. But that doesn't make any sense. If Heinz did it, then why was his stall destroyed too? Exactly. He must have done that to himself. Probably figured if he destroyed his own stall, no one would believe he could be responsible. I don't know. That seems pretty unlikely. It's a bit excessive. While I understand your frustrations, baseless accusations do no one any favors and only cloud the true issue. Oh, but it's so frustrating. I've lost so much money because of this. I might have to I must have to shut up shop for good. Shut up shop? Ain't it shut down shop? I don't know. That is bad. If I could at least get any goods back, maybe I could salvage enough to stay afloat. But what are the odds of that? None of the other merchants saw anybody do anything, and the provincial army sure ain't about to help. Sigh, I'm finished. Pure and simple, all the hard work I put into getting this far, and this is how the dream ends for me. Well, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to do for you, but we'll do everything in our power to help you find some form of closure. So cheer up, okay? I do appreciate that, but again, I ain't about to get my hopes up. Good luck, though. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Figure it out, guys. So, that's all the two victims of this crime have to say, it seems. What does everybody think? I can't be sure, but I really don't think either of them is responsible. Both merchants certainly have adequate motive to damage the other stalls, but the chances of both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible that they were just out to steal each other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have a alibis, confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. I'm inclined to agree. I just can't see either of those merchants being responsible for what happened. So we're going to have to look elsewhere to find visible suspects. Where though? I mean, who could it possibly have been? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't, but who are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there's one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about the market manager and his wife, the merchant in the market. Nope, yep. The provincial army. I haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime despite it happening right under their noses. And that begs the question, why not? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is that brought this dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved, Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way they're conducting themselves. And since we have no other leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them and could aid us in our investigation. That may be worth an attempt. The guardhouse isn't too far from here either. Let's head on over and see what we can find out. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so it's over here. Let's see. Can we find anything here? Aren't you those students from that military academy? Was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does that have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study as students of Thor Military Academy, and we would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. This means a perfect opportunity for I can't say that word. Anecdotal, anybody comment down below, case study, and can prove most invaluable to our education, if you're permitted. Sigh, alright, stay here, I'll see what I can do. Yeah, sometimes my speech impediment gets the best of me, I apologize guys. But this is why I'm doing this, is to improve myself. It looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for ourselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. Hey, in times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn after all. But now comes the hard part. This makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it, and even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. Green is like a nice detective. Sigh, I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedule for this. So what do you want, and make it quick. I am a busy man, you know. He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would you be correct in assuming that the Imperial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the army forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Laura, I'm not sure. You've got a big mouth for someone your age, and it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the number one priority of the Provisional Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you. Their number one priority should be to enforce and will of their region ruling lord, Duke Alberea. As members of the Provisional Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect. Interpret my words however you want. We're soldiers. We follow our orders. That's how the military works. And we don't need some fresh military academy inadequacies telling us how to do our job. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anyway. So, is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Wait. Would you mind answering just one more question? Elliot. Fine, ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant. All he had left was that one sample. What are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What? What did you just say? Got him. What are you all looking at me like that for? How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How particular. How peculiar. We only discovered what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. Sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You do well not to underestimate us. Now, we wasted enough time answering your questions. We're leaving. Something's fishy about those army people. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night and it was only first discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed, I suspect that they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. Thought that would be easily information for them to learn, since Duke Alberia must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true, and the army would have no trouble gaining access to transactions records for something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting, so they could get robbed while there was tension between them. Basically to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. That seems to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the Imperial Army has shown no interest in activity working towards a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand and show up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they would feel like they have no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be an even sadlier, a shadier situation than I thought. Yep, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. That was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You might a fine military strategist. You'd make a fine military strategist. Oh, I just got lucky, that's all. So what we know is the Imperial Army is somehow involved with the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the Imperial Army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. The soldiers here are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree, really. However, the culprits are, I doubt, they'll still here in Caldic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train. No, that can't be. boarding a train with that much merchandise would arouse suspicion, for sure. It's been less than a day since the burglary happened, so they cannot have gotten far. Maybe we should ask around on the main road and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious may have been spotted leaving or even entering the town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We must have let this cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Okay, so where are we headed? Okay, we're going that way. Okay. Hiss. Lulu, are you okay? Look what that nasty man did to her. Is something the matter? I was just chasing after Lulu near the west exit of town, and there was this weird man asleep along the side of the street. A weird man? To sleep in the mindset of a bristling town like this, obviously to its dangers, suggests he must possess formidable skills. Oh, he was just really drunk. The nasty smell coming off him nearly made little Lulu faint. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. So he's not from this town then. I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I'd never seen him before that. Really now. That sounds like a lead if ever I've heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day and isn't Instructor Sarah, then we know he's not a merchant at the very least. Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. Okay. Let's go that way. There he is. Let's talk to him real quick. Drink. Hick. Drink. Bring me another drink. PU, this guy reeks. How much has he put down? It's only midday and he's already completely blasted. I don't know. I don't think this is the man we're looking for. I think he'd have trouble pulling off a robbery. Oh, sir, are you alright? We can help you back home if you like. Sure up. Let me alone. I'm just a good-for-nothing who just lost his job. Looking after that nature park. Whoosh, my whole life. Nature park? You kiddish ain't heard of it? Lunaria Nature Park. It's the northwest of here. I used to be the park ranger for that old dump hiccup. And then you lost your job? Yeah, out of nowhere too. I gave him life to that job. I did him, and then he just came and took it all from me. That damn official just showed up out of nowhere and told me I was sacked. Ya can't just take a man's livelihood if I'm like that, and it's not fair that jobs of my life and my hiccup life. Yes, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right. I agree. It hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without good reason. Right, I am so glad somebody understands how I feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that are gonna do a better job than me. Kids. I was drinking here last night too, see? And a bunch of kids in ranger uniforms went walking out of here through town through the west gate exit. Weird thing was, this was carrying a bunch of wooden boxes too in the middle of the night. Kids these days, I tell you. You don't think they could have been the nature park? I wouldn't even have considered it. But a park would no doubt provide a large enough area. It fits perfectly. Yeah, you have no trouble stashing the merchandise there undetected. Lock the entrance, leave a couple of lockouts, and no one would suspect a thing for a very long time. And if a peripheral officer was the one who tell them he was fired, that's practically a smoking gun. I would say something useful or something. Don't know, I said, but I think I helped you out. Why not buy me a drink? No. I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up instead. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? Okay, we know our next stop. As soon as we're fully prepared, let's head out to the Linares Nature Park. Right. Okay. Alright, so I guess this is the way. West Caldic. Alright, this is the way. Yep. Because we went that way, and then from there, it shows the park. Okay. So. Alright, so basically I'm going to cut a lot of this travel stuff out, so when we get there, you know, we'll be right back in a flash. Alright, let's see. This is the boss guy here. We're here. Tell you guys it'll be quick.
Be careful, this one looks strong.
My turn.
Yeah, he's super strong, alright. Let's get ready for this, guys. Let's do this.
All right, let's do this.
Let's all give some...
Right.
Alright. Let's do this, people. Alright, let's do some art. Let's do this.
My turn.
And you, my friend, give us some surrounding
Give it up, everyone.
power and stuff like that. You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Alright. Alright. You, my girl. Let's do some art as well. Earth Lance, Firebolt. Let's see if the fire can actually put the thing in burn. There we go. 278, not bad. Critical. Oh, that's not good. Firebolt. Beat that, piece of shit. Alright, perfect. Ooh! 470. Alright. You can play that game, homeboy.
There.
Eat some of this. There we go.
An opening!
An opening. There you go. Open it up, baby.
It's my turn.
Alright, girly. Let's do this.
Turn to
Burn that
flames.
piece of junk.
Burn.
There you go.
I'll bet you
Nice little combo.
My turn.
Alright, girl. Let's do Breaker.
Shatter!
Shatter. There you go. Bring him down.
Right.
Alright. Let's do this, buddy boy. Actually, let's do... You know what? Actually, you know what? Let's see what this will do to him. Let's see if that hurts him a little bit. 343, not bad.
Go.
Alright. Time to cool you off, homeboy. Yeah, baby. You're not letting us through, homeboy? We're coming through.
Right.
Alright. Let's do this.
Turn to flames.
Turn to flames, homeboy.
Burn.
There we go. Go, Elliot. Oh, man. Elliot's weak. Alright. Let's bring this back.
Give it up, everyone.
Let's bring this back.
My turn.
Alright. Let's break him down a little bit. Shatter his ass.
My turn.
Alright. My turn. Let's do the
There.
leaves. There we go.
Another chance.
An opening!
There we go. Beautiful. That's alright. Keep hurting me.
I can do this.
We can do this. Alright, let's do... That actually hurt him bad, so...
My turn.
Let me go back on our side. Coming back around. There we go. 506. Alright, now you're gonna do some lullaby. Put the little guy to sleep.
Nice.
91. Oh my god, that didn't do anything. Jeez Louise. That did nothing, guys. Ooh, nice. Okay. Well,
My turn.
now it's time to break him.
Shatter!
Shatter, baby. There you go. Oh, you missed me, sucker. No, no, what are you doing? Finish him with one of these. And just in case. There you go, you're dead.
I can do this.
Are you serious? You're not dead yet?
Turn to flames.
You piece of crap.
Burn!
There we go.
That takes care of them.
Hell yeah. Nice. Force reached level 2. Nice. Look at that. Oh, impassion. It says CP 5 per killed enemy and CP 10 per killed enemy. Nice. Cannon reached level 2. Alright. Now I have a better to heal more, multiple people.
Nicely done.
That's right.
I've only just begun.
Level 10, baby. Alright, you defeated the quest monster. I didn't even know I was defeating the quest monster. Well, I still did the quest monster anyway. You know, we had to knock out that monster. Okay. Alright, so... Alright, let's go back. Turbo it. Later, sucker. Can't chase me. Alright. Now we're going to... Yep, that's where we're going. Let's do this, guys. So I wanted to get to the quest thing, so I kind of cut out all the travel for you guys. Because, you know, these episodes are very long with the travel. So now... it's time to find out what really happened with their goods. Lunaria Nature Park.
Lunaria Nature Park, huh? Seems less like a park and more like a forest.
Yeah, it really does feel a little out of place sitting smack dab in the middle of farmland as far as the eye can see.
It may have had some religious significance in ages past. Perhaps it was a place where the animists of ancient times chose to enshrine the spirits of the forests. There's a place much like that in my hometown.
Yeah, there's one in mine too.
That park ranger made it sound like there would be people here. If they really are the culprits, maybe they've run away already?
This woodland is too dense to reliably intuit whether anyone awaits within.
Yeah.
What's this?
A clue.
A bracelet?
How did a bracelet come to be in a place such as this?
There you go.
Just as I thought. This bracelet has the same design on it as the ones that the merchant from the capital was planning on selling.
Really?
You're sure?
Positive. There's not a doubt in my mind that it was designed by the same person. Care to give a second opinion on that, Laura?
I'm hardly qualified to weigh in on recent trends, but there do seem to be a number of similarities between this bracelet and the merchant's goods.
So the fact that it's here means...
Yeah. It's extremely likely the culprits we're looking for are inside this park.
Sure seems that way to me.
It only opens from the inside. I suppose that leaves us little choice.
What do you mean?
Are
Lara?
you going to destroy it?
Oh, Lara's gonna break through.
Will you be able to...
The lock seems quite solid, but my sword should be strong enough to...
Wait. I'll do it. I can get it done more quietly.
Oh?
Really?
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
The 8 Leaves, 1 Blade School's 4th form. Autumn Leaf Cutter.
Huh?
Seriously?
Wow! You cut it right in two!
Nice.
I did, thankfully.
Spectacular. It's an honor bearing witness to one of the skills of the Eight Leaves School.
Thanks, but I'm still more or less a beginner. Anyway, we don't have much time left. Let's head inside and see if we can find them.
Right. We need to find them before the sun starts to set.
Looks like we can still make it after all.
Excellent. Come then, we must make haste.
Let's go. Let's make haste. All right. The park, people. The park. All right, this is a good stopping point, guys. I guess we've been recording for a good time now. Well, if you want to see the next episode, give it a like. You know, it definitely helps out the channel. Subscribe, like, comment, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.